Welcome to a brand new week of primetime news. And for the next 20 minutes, I will be holding the fort tonight in the stead of my colleague Salima Shimwefeleni Masipa. A pleasant evening to our global audience and much appreciated for tuning in. I'm Michael Madimba. Education Matters, headline tonight's bulletin. Education graduates in the two Kavango regions have threatened to close down the Directorate of Education offices. That is, if their issues are not addressed within a period of 14 days. Chairperson of the Unemployed Teachers Committee for both Kavango East and West, David Nekaro, revealed this in an interview with Primetime News on Saturday. Our Kavango region's correspondent Sawi Siku filed our lead report.
Nekaro said the ministry's mandate is to provide accessible, equitable and quality education, but to date there are over 2,000 children under the age of 16 that are without spaces in schools in the two regions. He said 90% of these children are from poor and vulnerable backgrounds, adding that 80% of understaffed schools have teachers teaching 70 to 90 learners in one classroom. Nekaro said he believes the ministry has violated Article 20 of the Namibian Constitution by failing to respond on its mandate to provide quality education.
However, the current situation in our schools, from our findings as Student Association, is that 80% of the government schools, they are understaffed with teachers, and the recommended teacher-learner ratio is not implemented. And earlier this year, the association stressed in its first statement during when the results for the grade 12 was released, and everyone was talking about why did the grade 12 learners and grade 11 learners fail. And the association said one of the reasons why the learners failed this year or even last year is because of the fact that we have most of the schools which are understaffed.
Despite awaiting pre-internship medical board examinations, newly graduated medical students from the Medical Science of Havana in Cuba say they are ready to take up the Hippocratic Oath and serve in Namibia's public health sector. Now, more than 170 young Namibians graduated late July this year as part of the Academic Services Cooperation Agreement between the governments of Namibia and Cuba.
According to the Health Professions Council of Namibia, the graduates are expected to write the medical board examination in October 2023, on a date yet to be confirmed, before they are deployed to health facilities across the country. In order to do internships, the foreign-trained graduates have to pass the written and oral examinations that are mandatory and statutory since introduction in 2016. Speaking to Nampa upon arrival on Sunday at the Hosea Kutako International Airport, where family members and friends in excitement welcomed a group of 22 graduates, Dr. Amos Siteketa expressed their readiness to take up the medical career to contribute to the quality of the health system. Recently, the Ministry of Health and Social Services said 80% of Namibians depend on the public healthcare system. Therefore, with the recent graduates comes another achievement meant to improve the country's public health sector. Reporting for Primetime News, Ishmael Mukvonda.
Dr. Alpo Mbambo Senior Secondary School from the Kavango East region won the anti-corruption song competition during a grand finale held in Swakopmund on Friday evening. Monica Gengos and Angra Pikena secondary schools from the Ochazunjupa and Karas regions secured second and third place respectively, followed by Mweshipandeka High School from Oshana region in fourth place. Isabel Bento filed this report.
A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Alpo Mbamba.
Distinguished guests, corruption has afflicted our country for far too long, hindered progress, eroded trust, and hampering the overall development of our nation. Issues such as bribery, fraud, use of office for gratification, and the misuse of public funds threaten to erode the trust between government and its people. However, addressing this challenge is not solely the responsibility of our law enforcement agency. It is our collective responsibility to take a stand against this menace and work towards a future where transparency, accountability, and integrity prevails. Ladies and gentlemen, art has long been considered as one of humanity's most powerful tool for communication and self-expression.
I stand by 3 to 1.
Leader of the Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters, NEF, Epaphras Mokwilongo, argues there is a need to re-evaluate the current democratic government system in Namibia and integrate traditional features that align with the country's values and aspirations. Speaking at the National Assembly recently, Mokwilongo, in his words, noted there's no such thing as Namibia democracy, stressing that the country's founding fathers adopted a system which they modified to suit the historical, cultural, and traditional political setup. Linia Tishena filed this report.
Okay, thanks.
It's the time that we Namibians united and for once fight each other in order to forge a much reinforced sense of unity. Honorable Member, Honorable Speaker, our indigenous governance system often emphasizes consensus breeding, community participation, and a lot of elders in decision making. These principles should continue to influence our political culture, fostering a sense of communal responsibility and consultation. Yet, today we see political elites turning tribe chiefs against each other by rewarding some and refusing to recognize others. We continue to see the polarization of traditional chiefs between those that support the ruling party and those that do not. And by default, we continue to see the weakening of the traditional leadership and values. While modern democracy operates with different framework, these traditional characteristics have contributed to a unique Namibian approach to governance, and that uniqueness is not there.
Stay tuned for the business segment. Welcome to the Primetime Biz segment, your go-to hub for all local, continental, and international business updates. We kickstart the segment in the local ICT sector. The Ministry of Information and Communication Technology, MICT, is preparing to officially launch the 7th edition of the National ICT Summit in Windhoek on Wednesday. The summit's theme, Rethinking Cybersecurity Investment to Secure the Digital Economy and Its Opportunities, will be at the forefront of discussions. Scheduled for the 9th to the 11th of October, the event will bring together approximately 400 local and international delegates, serving as a crucial platform for dialogue, knowledge exchange, and collaboration. Dr. Audrey Mate, the Executive Director of MICT, emphasized in the statement that the National ICT Summit has firmly cemented its status as a flagship event in Namibia. It plays a dynamic role in facilitating knowledge exchange, fostering innovation, and driving our digital transformation journey into the future. The summit's launch will also feature significant announcements and sponsorships exceeding 500,000 Namibian dollars from both local and international companies. On to the international business landscape. Global deliveries by the Volkswagen Group in August rose by 5.7% year-on-year, Germany's largest car maker said on Friday. Driven by significant growth in the European markets and the Middle East Africa region, the number of cars delivered in August increased to 740,100 units. Sales in the comparison month, August 2022, were particularly strong because the market was stimulated by tax breaks following the long COVID-19 lockdowns, a Volkswagen Group spokesperson told Xinhua recently. For tomorrow's countrywide weather forecast, let's now turn our attention to the weather report. Welcome to Sport Planet, your go-to segment for all things sport in action. Leading the segment, Director of Sport and the Minister of Sport, Youth and National Service, Joanne Manuel, has expressed a director's readiness to elevate the Nawa Cup Half Marathon into one of the largest events in the region. Manuel made these remarks during the award ceremony of the 2023 Nawa Cup Half Marathon, which took place in Karibib on Saturday. The sport director called upon the organizer of the half marathon, Berthold Karumendu, to collaborate closely with the ministry to transform this marathon into one of the region's premier events. On to some rather disappointing boxing updates. Namibian amateur boxers who participated in the 2023 Boxing Africa qualifiers for the 2024 Paris Olympics will need to look to Italy or Thailand if they hope to secure any Olympic slots for their country. Now, Namibia fielded a team of 4 boxers at the 2023 African Olympic boxing qualifiers, which were held in Dakar, Senegal from the 9th to the 16th of September, with the hope of clinching a gold medal and securing direct qualification for the Olympics. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. This is where we leave it for tonight. Many thanks for tuning in. Do make a date with my colleague Selima Chimwefeleni Masipa from tomorrow till the rest of the week. A parting reminder for you to be part of the wider Number TV community. Do follow the on-screen prompts by subscribing to our channel. Also hit the like and share buttons. In addition, feel free to interact with us in the comment section. This will enable us up our game. Otherwise, from myself, Michael Medimba, and the dedicated production crew behind the scenes, it's good night.